Psalm 52. For the director of music, a maskell of David. When Doeg the Edomite had gone to Saul and told him, David has gone to the house of Ahimelech. So this is kind of going back. So remember, look at Psalms, we're kind of going to go bounce around in time. So this is going back to where Saul was alive and currently the ruler of Israel. Why do you boast of evil, you mighty man? Why do you boast all day long? You who are a disgrace in the eyes of God, your tongue plots destruction. It is like a sharpened razor. You who practice deceit. You love evil rather than good, falsehood rather than speaking the truth. Selah. You love every harmful word, O you deceitful tongue. Surely God will bring you down to everlasting ruin. He will snatch you up and tear you from your tent. He will uproot you from the land of the living, Selah. The righteous will see and fear. They will laugh at him, saying, here now is the man who did not make God his stronghold, but trusted in his great wealth and grew strong by destroying others. But I am like an olive tree, flourishing in the house of God. I trust in God's unfailing love forever and ever. I will praise you forever for what you have done. In your name I will hope, for your name is good. I will praise you in the presence of your saints. Wow. Amen. Amen. A lot here, powerful. And so this is a maskell of David. And remember, he's telling the Edomite, because the Edomite kind of told on him. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Because remember, Saul at first loved David, right? But then slowly over time, Saul became jealous of David. Because Saul wanted to do what he wanted to do. And it was eventually told to him that the kingdom will be pulled from him and his line and given to another, and that would be David. And he knew that it was gonna happen, but again, fell into temptation. It's a repeated pattern, right? Fell into temptation. Maybe there's something he could do to prevent David from ever becoming king. He can just continue to rule, knowing that that's not going to be possible, because we know that the Lord's word is truth. So he was told by prophets, but he wanted to do what he wanted to do. And so here you have David. When Doeg the Edomite had gone to Saul and told him, David has gone to the house of Ahimelech, because he was, kind of telling Saul, hey, look, David's fleeing. David's going someplace else. So David goes, why do you boast of evil, you mighty man? Why do you boast all day long? You who are a disgrace in the eyes of God. Your tongue plots destruction. It is like a sharpened razor. You who practice deceit. You love evil rather than good, falsehood rather than speaking the truth. So he knows that the Edomite knows that David has not done anything wrong or plotting anything, because that was another thing that people were telling Saul, hey, look, David's doing this and this and this, trying to also take your throne, trying to take it now, trying to take it either early or just going against him. And David never had any intentions of that, even when there were multiple times. Go back to the previous Bible study. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, it's before King's book of Samuel, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so he there was so many times where Saul wanted to kill David, and even got close many times. But even with all of that, the mistreatments and everything, David never wanted to harm Saul. He recognized Saul as the anointed, as someone who was chosen to lead the Lord's people, and that if he were to become leader, that it would be per the Lord and in the Lord's timing, right? Patience. Talked about timing in the last Bible study as well, and comes back up again. So, things that I've noticed so far: falling into temptation, asking for forgiveness, knowing that sin has been conquered, that it has a time limit, and to be patient. Be patient and wait for God's timing. So time is I think time, what the Lord created time, and it's it's pretty present and throughout the Bible. It's there's a lot of meaning to it. There's a lot from timing to everlasting, right? So, but here you have David telling this person, "Hey, it's you that has the evil thoughts. It's you, you know what you're doing. You know that you're plotting and planning and doing these things, even though it has no bearing on what I'm doing, what I will do. I'm not going to even oblige it. I'm not going to recognize it or not going to accept it. I'm just going to tell you this is wrong." And the Lord knows it too. So, reading over this portion, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?